Sister Wives exclusive, Janelle Brown blasts Kody for obsession with money, he's empty inside. No humanity left. Hello friends, welcome to the Daily Gossip News Update. I'm Olivia, and I hope you're well by God's grace. Please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon for more updates. The world of Sister Wives is once again ablaze with scandal, tears, and betrayal, and at the center of it all is none other than Kody Brown, the polygamist patriarch who once boasted 4 wives and 18 children. But now, as season 19 barrels toward its explosive conclusion, fans are left in disbelief after Janelle Brown, once seen as Kody's most grounded and loyal wife, dropped a bombshell on national television. In a heart-wrenching and emotionally raw moment during her sit-down with host Sukanya Krishnan in the Tell-All special, Janelle didn't hold back. "Kody is obsessed with money," she said with shaking hands, "and I don't think there's any humanity left in him." The fall of a polygamist empire. When Sister Wives first aired in 2010, Kody Brown seemed to be living a dream, or at least the fantasy of plural marriage with Mary, Janelle, Christine, and Robyn by his side. Kody projected the image of a balanced, spiritually guided man who could love and lead multiple women and their combined children. But now, in 2025, the dream has shattered. 3 wives have left, the children are divided, and fans have witnessed a side of Kody they never expected, a man clinging desperately to wealth, power, and control. According to Janelle, this descent into obsession didn't happen overnight. It was a slow erosion of values, compassion, and fatherhood. "He counts dollars, not people. I stayed longer than I should have," Janelle confessed in part 2 of the Tell-All. "I made excuses for him. I thought he was overwhelmed or just struggling with having such a big family. But over time, I realized he didn't care about us, he cared about what we cost him." Janelle described painful memories of trying to budget for groceries and medical bills, while Kody splurged on flashy vehicles, property schemes, and gifts. "For Robyn, he always found money for Robyn's wish list," she said bitterly. "But when I needed help getting braces for one of my boys, he said we had to tighten the budget." Tears welled in her eyes as she recounted a particularly dark moment. "I asked him to help Gabe with tuition. He laughed and told me Gabe should just get a job and stop being entitled. Meanwhile, he was buying another ring for Robyn." The property war, Coyote Pass, turns into a battlefield. Mick of the current drama stems from the long-contested land at Coyote Pass in Flagstaff, Arizona, parcel of undeveloped land that Kody once promised would become a sprawling polygamist compound. "We all believed in that dream," Janelle said. "I put down money. I believed we'd build something beautiful together, but now I see it was just another scam to keep us invested." After Christine left in season 17, followed by Mary's quiet exit, Janelle found herself standing alone, still trying to claim her share of the land. "What did Kody do? He tried to cut me out. He said I hadn't contributed enough." "That's a lie. I've got the receipts." Legal documents obtained by Daily Gossip News Update reveal that Janelle made substantial payments toward the land, totaling over $90,000 across 5 years, something Kody has refused to acknowledge publicly. "He's been gaslighting all of us," she said, "and now he's hoarding that land for Robyn and their kids. The rest of us, we were just collateral damage." He has no soul left. While financial betrayal cut deep, it was the emotional abandonment that wounded Janelle the most. "I kept waiting for the Kody I married to come back, the one who used to talk about faith, about family values, but that man is gone." According to Janelle, Kody no longer participates in family prayer or spiritual discussions. "He used to be full of light, now he's just full of rage. It's like money became his new god." She also slammed Kody for allegedly manipulating the children against her and the other wives. "He told my kids that I was making drama, that I was poisoning them against him, but they see what's going on. They're not stupid." Garrison's death, the tragedy that changed everything. Perhaps the most devastating moment in recent family history was the death of Janelle and Kody's son, Garrison Brown. Fans were shocked when it was revealed that Garrison had passed away earlier this year, a tragedy that sent shockwaves through the Brown family. "Garrison was struggling," Janelle said softly, "and I honestly believe part of his pain came from feeling rejected by his own father." She wiped away tears as she recalled how distant Kody had become during Garrison's final years. "He barely checked in, he didn't show up for birthdays. He was too busy chasing investments and playing house with Robyn." At Garrison's memorial, Janelle said, "Kody gave a speech that left her stunned. He made it all about him," she said bitterly, "about how he felt, about what he lost, but he was never there." Mary and Christine react. "We were used to Janelle's revelations have reignited solidarity among the ex-wives. Both Christine and Mary have publicly supported her claims. We all saw the shift in Kody," Christine told a fan on TikTok Live. He stopped being a husband and became a businessman. Mary, who had a notoriously complicated marriage with Kody, chimed in as well. I used to think it was just me he stopped loving, but Janelle's right, it was never about love. It was about control. Robyn, still silent, still loyal, despite the mounting backlash, Robyn Brown has remained largely silent. Some fans speculate that she is orchestrating Kody's behavior behind the scenes, while others believe she is simply enabling it. She's the only one he listens to, Janelle said. She could make him do the right thing, but she won't, insiders say. Robyn is extremely upset by Janelle's public accusations, but is unwilling to confront her directly. She wants to keep her hands clean, one source said. But the truth is, she's just as complicit. Legal action ahead? With property disputes and financial tensions boiling over, fans are wondering whether Janelle and perhaps the other ex-wives will pursue legal action. I won't rule it out, Janelle told Sukanya. He owes me and he owes my kids. Lawyers familiar with Arizona property law say Janelle may have a strong case, especially if she can provide documentation of her financial contributions. If Kody continues to withhold her share of the land or profits, one legal analyst noted he could be facing a lawsuit by the end of the year. The children speak out in an unexpected twist. Several of Kody's older children have begun speaking out on social media. Logan, Janelle's eldest son, tweeted, "My mom has always been the rock. She deserves better." Meanwhile, Madison posted a now-deleted Instagram story saying, "Blood is thicker than cash. Remember that." The silence from Kody's side has been deafening. No response, no apology, no public statement. Kody's downfall, from patriarch to payaso. Where does Kody Brown stand now? According to Janelle, he's sitting in his big house with Robyn, playing victim while the rest of us are trying to rebuild. The once proud leader of a sprawling polygamist family is now described by insiders as isolated, angry, and paranoid. He doesn't trust anyone anymore, one source said. Not his kids, not his ex-wives, not even the production crew. He thinks everyone's out to get him, but maybe it's just karma. I deserve peace. As the interview closed, Sukanya asked Janelle what she wants moving forward. I want peace, I want justice, and I want to build a life for myself where I'm not constantly being manipulated by someone who values money more than love. She looked directly into the camera, her voice strong. Kody, if you're watching, your children deserved better. Your wives deserved better. I don't know if you can find your humanity again, but I hope you try. Sister wives shock. Kody Brown demands more money from TLC, threatens to quit and launch rival reality series. It appears the patriarch of the Brown family has had enough. After over a decade of documenting his chaotic plural marriage on national television, Sister Wives star Kody Brown is making bold demands behind the scenes, and the stakes couldn't be higher. According to multiple sources close to the production of the long-running TLC series, Kody is now pressuring the network for a massive salary increase, citing his central role and the emotional toll of filming. And if TLC doesn't comply, Kody's already pitching a rival show to other networks, a production insider told Daily Gossip News Update. He's threatening to walk away from Sister Wives completely. This sudden ultimatum has not only sent shockwaves through the cast and crew, but could mark the end of an era for fans who followed the Brown family for 15 seasons. Here's the full breakdown of what's really going on and what Kody's next explosive move could mean for reality TV. I built this show. Kody's fiery confrontation with producers. Drama reportedly began shortly after filming wrapped for the season 19 tell-all specials. Sources say Kody arrived on set in a sour mood, frustrated that the show continued to focus on his broken relationships, financial failings, and unpopular favoritism toward Robyn. Kody feels like TLC is making him the villain on purpose, the source shared. He believes he's the reason people tune in, so he marched into a meeting with producers and said, "If you want to keep making millions off my face, then I want a bigger cut." Kody is said to have demanded a 50% raise on his current salary, as well as executive producer credit on all future episodes. He slammed his hand on the table and said, "I built this show. It's my name, my family. Without me, there is no Sister Wives." Cracks in the contract. TLC's tight-lipped respin secreting to insiders at TLC. Kody's current contract is already quite generous, especially given that 3 of his 4 wives have left the marriage, and public sympathy has swung heavily in favor of the ex-wives. From the network's point of view, Sister Wives doesn't revolve around Kody anymore, said one executive under anonymity. In fact, the show is doing better now that it's focused on Mary, Janelle, Christine, and the kids. Kody isn't the draw he thinks he is. Nevertheless, TLC has not officially responded to Kody's demands. sparking speculation that a major shakeup is on the horizon. The Kody Brown spinoff? So what's Kody's plan if TLC doesn't cave, according to multiple leaked pitches circulating? Among streaming platforms and cable channels, Kody is ready to move on with or without his family. The working title of the project? Kody Unleashed hers, the concept breakdown Kody allegedly submitted to networks. A solo reality series following Kody as he reclaims his identity post-polygamy. Themes include rebuilding his financial empire, dating after multiple spiritual divorces, and setting the record straight about sister-wives cameos from Robyn and her children. But no guarantees about other family members joining Kody traveling the U.S., visiting other polygamist families, survivalists, and patriarchal communities. Yes, you read that right. He wants to become the Joe Rogan of reality TV. One Hollywood agent laughed. But more religious and with worse hair. Christine fires back, "We're not your bait." News of Kody's potential departure and new series didn't go over well with his ex-wives, especially Christine, who has emerged as a fan favorite. With her new husband David Woolley, this man wants more money after everything he's done. Christine said during a recent TikTok live, "He used us, his wives, as emotional bait. Now that we've walked away, he's scrambling for relevance." Christine claimed Kody had already floated the idea of filming her and David for the new spin-off. "He actually called me and said, 'Christine, the fans want to see the tension between us.' I told him, 'No, Kody, the fans want to see you face consequences for once.'" Robyn's dilemma, ride or die? Robyn Brown remains the only wife legally married to Kody and reportedly supports his demand for a bigger paycheck. She believes he's being exploited. A family friend said, "Robyn says producers push him to be outrageous on camera, then edit him into a monster still." Sources close to the production say Robyn is privately nervous about Kody's spin-off plans. She doesn't want to risk losing the TLC platform, the source added. Without sister wives, their lifestyle would have to change. There's no backup plan. A man alone, behind the scenes of a crisis despite his bold demands. Insiders say Kody is more isolated than ever. He rarely sees most of his children, hasn't spoken to Mary or Janelle in months, and has reportedly grown paranoid that producers are leaking information to the press. He's angry, he's anxious, and he's convinced the world is against him, a crew member said, but the truth is he's just not used to losing control. Kody is also said to be deeply bitter that David Woolley, Christine's new husband, is being praised online as the father figure Kody never was. He hates that David is being offered his own side segments, the crew member added. He thinks TLC is setting him up to be replaced. The money trail. How much is Kody really worth? While exact figures are hard to confirm, multiple sources estimate that Kody and Robyn earn a combined $200,000 to $150,000 per season of Sister Wives. With endorsements, personal appearances, and residuals, that figure could climb higher, but it's a far cry from what he once earned when all four wives were involved. He's desperate to keep up appearances, one source said. But the truth is, the money's drying up. Rumors have circulated that Kody took out a second mortgage on Robyn's house and is behind on property tax payments for his Coyote Pass land. Several Brown family children have started to distance themselves from the drama. Peden, Christine's son, posted cryptically on Instagram, "Some people chase money, others chase peace. I chose peace." Gabriel, one of Janelle's sons, tweeted simply, "Lol dad thinking he's a star." Meanwhile, fans have noticed that most of Kody's adult children no longer follow him or Robyn on social media. They're done, one family friend confirmed. They love their mom, they tolerate Robyn, but they're embarrassed by Kody's behavior. TLC's next move, can the show survive without Kody behind closed doors? TLC is reportedly exploring contingency plans, one concept in development, a rebranded series focusing solely on the ex-wives. Titled Life After Kody, the proposed docuseries would follow Mary, Janelle, and Christine as they rebuild their lives outside polygamy. David Woolley would feature as a main cast member. Kody and Robyn would be excluded. Fans appear to love the idea. A Reddit thread titled "Yes to Life After Kody" has received over 50,000 upvotes, with one top comment reading, "Greater than we've followed these women for years. They don't need him anymore and neither do we." TLC cuts Kody from reunion final in a shocking decision. TLC reportedly cut Kody's solo segment from the upcoming season 19 reunion finale instead. The finale will focus on Christine's wedding, Janelle's business launch, and Mary's memoir. Sources say Kody is furious. He called it censorship, one producer said, but honestly, he was rambling, angry, and refusing to answer questions. It just wasn't usable. Sister Wives heartbreak. Mary Brown waits for Kody to tell her to come back, but he never does. For over a decade, Meri Brown stood by Kody Brown's side through spiritual marriage, heartache, betrayal, and public humiliation. But now, after years of feeling invisible, forgotten, and cast aside, Meri finds herself in a place of quiet heartbreak and lingering hope in season 19 of Sister Wives. During a moment that stunned fans, Meri is seen gazing at Kody with frustration, her eyes silently pleading for something he never says. "Tell me to come back," he doesn't, and that silence may be the loudest statement Kody has ever made. This is the story of Meri Brown's last stand, her final attempts to reconnect, to matter, and to understand what remains of the man she once called her soulmate. The silent rift when love turns to dust. In the early seasons of Sister Wives, Meri was more than just Kody's first wife. She was the anchor, the matriarch, the foundation on which their plural family was built. Their love story began with laughter, dreams of family unity, and the promise of eternal commitment. But over time, that foundation cracked. The catfishing scandal, Kody's growing favoritism toward Robyn, the emotional withdrawal Meri once so vibrant became a shadow in her own marriage. "I just kept thinking, any day now he'll turn around and realize I'm still here," Meri said in a recent tell-all segment. "I waited and waited, but the words never came." The scene that broke viewers' hearts in season 19. Episode 8, fans witnessed a painfully intimate moment between Kody and Meri. The two sat in a quiet room in Flagstaff, tension heavy in the air. Kody, arms crossed, avoided eye contact. Meri sat upright, lips trembling, her eyes locked on him. "I didn't come here for drama," she said softly. "I just wanted to know, is there anything left? Anything worth saving?" Kody paused, looked away, then said, "Meri, I just don't know what to tell you anymore." She stared at him in disbelief, years of pain flashing behind her eyes, but she didn't cry. She was waiting. Christine would later say in a confessional, waiting for him to say, "Come home," but he never did. The frustration of being ignored. Meri's frustration is more than just romantic. It's personal. It's about identity, respect, and acknowledgement. She's not just Kody's ex-wife. She was the first, the one who legally married him, the one who gave up everything to follow his dream of polygamy. And in return, "I feel like I've become invisible," Meri confessed. "Like I'm a character in a story someone else is writing." Friends close to Meri say that despite everything, she still held a flicker of hope that Kody might change his mind. She didn't want to beg, one friend shared, but she needed to hear it from him, that she mattered, that she was worth fighting for. But Kody never said those words, and maybe he never intended to. Robyn's role in the dividendo story of Meri's heartache is complete without the looming shadow of Robyn Brown. Since joining the family in 2010, Robyn quickly became the focal point of Kody's attention emotionally, financially, and spiritually. Meri, who once shared inside jokes and late-night talks with Kody, found herself on the outside looking in. "I felt like a guest in my own marriage," she said. Tensions between Meri and Robyn reportedly grew behind the scenes, especially during family events where Meri was left out of decisions. Robyn didn't push Meri out, one source claimed, but she didn't pull her in either, and that says everything. The missed opportunity, Kody's final test. In a recent one-on-one special, Meri admitted she had one final hope. "I thought if I showed up, if I stayed kind, if I kept being present, maybe he'd realize what he lost." Kody, however, saw her presence differently. "She's just hanging around out of guilt," he reportedly told producers off camera. "We haven't been in love for years." When asked directly if he ever considered inviting Meri back into the emotional fold, his response was blunt, "No, I've moved on. She should too." That moment, broadcast to millions, was the last blow. Standing alone, stronger than ever after months of silence, Meri took to Instagram with a caption that made headlines. "Waiting is over. I'm choosing myself." Fans flooded her page with support. "You deserve so much better. Finally, Meri is free. You were always the heart of this show." Since stepping away from Kody, Meri has launched her own retreat business in Utah, focusing on healing, empowerment, and helping women rediscover their voices. "She's building something incredible," Christine said in a podcast interview. "She's done waiting for someone to save her. She's saving herself." Kody's response, indifference or regret. Oddly, Kody has remained mostly silent about Meri's exit, only offering brief statements that appear cold and dismissive. "I wish her well," he said during a recent episode, "but I can't pretend something's there when it isn't." Many fans feel Kody is dodging accountability, refusing to acknowledge the emotional damage he caused. "He gaslighted her for years," one fan tweeted. "He strung her along, then blamed her for having hope." Still, insiders say Kody is quietly struggling with his image, with Christine happily remarried, Janelle distancing herself, and now Meri walking away. He's losing the very women who once built his empire. He thought they'd always come back, one producer said. But this time, they didn't. The sister wives divide, a family torn with Mary gone. The dynamic among the sister wives is forever changed, once bound by spiritual unity. The wives are now leading completely separate lives, united only by history and shared heartbreak. Mary was the first to believe in Kody's dream, said Janelle in a recent episode. It's cruel how he treated her in the end. Even the children have noticed. Mary was always so sweet, said one of Christine's daughters. It broke my heart to watch her get pushed aside. The once glorious vision of polygamist harmony has now devolved into a fractured narrative of favoritism, emotional neglect, and one woman's final stand. The fans rally behind Mary across TikTok, Reddit, and YouTube. Sister Wives fans have rallied behind Mary. From hashtags like Justice for Mary to full-on video essays chronicling her journey, it's clear the public has chosen their hero, and it's not Kody. She stayed too long. But she stayed with heart, one fan said. That takes strength. Fan-made edits of Mary walking away, set to empowering music like Flowers by Miley Cyrus or Lose You to Love Me by Selena Gomez, have gone viral. She's the main character now, a viral tweet declared, and Kody, he's just a footnote. I wanted him to want me in her last scene of the season. Mary sits alone at the family cabin, a place she once dreamed of sharing with her grandchildren. She looks at the empty chair beside her and says, I never needed him to beg. I never needed him to promise me the world. I just wanted him to want me. She pauses, but he didn't. So now, I finally want myself. It is the most powerful moment of the entire season, raw, honest, and unfiltered. A woman who gave everything to a dream that never came true, finally waking up. Mary is currently writing a memoir tentatively titled First Wife, the story he never told. In it, she promises to reveal the unfiltered truth behind her marriage, the catfishing scandal, her healing journey, and the emotional rollercoaster of living under Kody Brown's rules. Sources say Mary has already received offers from multiple publishers and streaming platforms. She's got her voice back, her publicist said, and she's going to use it. Sister Wives scandal. Kody Brown is solely responsible for Robyn becoming the villain of the family. For over a decade, fans of Sister Wives have followed the rollercoaster lives of the Brown family, laughing, crying, and cringing through the highs and lows of plural marriage. But as season 19 reaches its most dramatic peak yet, one name is sparking more controversy than ever before. Robyn Brown, once introduced as the sweet, emotional fourth wife with a tragic past and hopeful heart, Robyn has now become the most divisive figure in the entire Brown family saga. Fans now refer to her as the Queen of Tears, the polygamy princess, or more harshly, the wrecking ball of the Browns. But is Robyn truly to blame for the downfall of the Brown family? According to multiple cast members, insiders, and even longtime fans, there's one person who deserves the lion's share of the blame: Kody Brown himself. The beginning, when Robyn was the fresh start. When Robyn Brown entered the Sister Wives picture in season 1, she was marketed to viewers and to the other wives as a breath of fresh air. A single mother with a tragic divorce behind her and 3 young children, Robyn came across as warm, gentle, and eager to be part of a sisterhood. Kody, visibly enchanted by her, described her as a spiritual match and someone who just got him. But almost immediately, red flags began to emerge. Not because of Robyn, but because of how Kody treated her. He lit up when she was around. Christine said in a later season, we all noticed it. It was like the rest of us didn't exist anymore. The dynamic changed. The balance of plural marriage was destroyed, not because Robyn demanded special treatment, but because Kody insisted she receive it. The favorite wife label, created by Kody, he made her the favorite. Janelle said during a season 18 confessional, he acted like it was a competition, and when he picked her, the rest of us were just expected to accept it. From private date nights to moving her into a rental while the other wives lived in trailers or motels, Kody's actions screamed favoritism. When the pandemic hit, it only got worse. He moved in with Robyn full-time, citing her children's health concerns. The other wives were left to fend for themselves, often going weeks or months without seeing him. He quarantined with Robyn like she was his only wife, Mary said bitterly in season 17. He didn't even try to balance it anymore, and fans noticed. Robyn became the face of the separation, the one holding Kody hostage in her home. But in truth, Kody chose to be there. The Robyn rules, enforced by Kody during the COVID-19 pandemic. Tensions exploded when Kody laid down a series of strict protocols that he insisted were necessary to protect his family, but as it turned out, those rules only seemed to benefit Robyn. Christine's daughter Isabel had surgery scheduled. Kody refused to go. I'm not risking Robyn's kids, he said. When Janelle's boys wanted to visit their father, they were told they had to isolate for 2 weeks, avoid work, and essentially put their lives on pause, something that didn't applied to Robyn's children. He used Robyn as the excuse, said one insider, but really, it was all about control. Robyn became the symbol of Kody's overreach, but the rules, the isolation and the alienation, they were his, the emotional. Wait, Robyn couldn't handle it. By season 18, Robyn's emotional breakdowns were weekly occurrences. She cried about wanting a united family, she sobbed about being blamed. She broke down over her own guilt, and fans had enough. She always cries. But what has she done to fix anything? One viewer tweeted, "But behind the scenes, Robyn was reportedly overwhelmed and emotionally exhausted. She didn't want to be the reason the family split." A crew member said, but Kody leaned on her too hard. He made her the center of his life and expected her to be okay with the hate. In one haunting moment, Robyn whispered to Meri during a family gathering, "I didn't ask for this. He made me the wife he wanted, not the wife they needed." Turning point, Christine's departure. When Christine left Kody in season 17, it sent a shockwave through the family and fans. But Christine's reasons were clear. Kody was no longer her husband. He had chosen Robyn, and she was done competing. Robyn, visibly devastated, wept in her confessional, "I wanted my sister wives. I wanted the big picture. I didn't want this." But it was too late. To many viewers, she had become the architect of the breakdown, even if unintentionally. Kody threw the rest of us under the bus, Christine later said. And Robyn became the bus driver. Public perception, the internet turns on Robyn. Fan reaction was swift and brutal. Reddit threads titled "Robyn ruined the family," YouTube videos analyzing her fake crying, and viral TikToks mocking her tearful expressions all exploded across platforms. "I can't stand to look at her anymore," one commenter wrote. "She's manipulative, selfish, and plays the victim," another said. But behind every accusation, there was one undeniable truth. Robyn didn't choose this spotlight. Kody gave it to her. Kody's own words revealed the truth in a rare season 19 interview. Kody made a shocking confession: "Maybe I did treat Robyn differently. Maybe I held her to a different standard, but that's because she respected me." The backlash was immediate. Translation: she obeyed him, one fan wrote. "He rewarded obedience with affection. That's not love, that's control," another posted. And yet again, the public fire was directed at Robyn while Kody deflected responsibility. Meri's confession: "She didn't destroy us, he did." Perhaps the most revealing moment of season 19 came during a one-on-one sit-down with Meri Brown. When asked if Robyn was to blame for the family's collapse, Meri shook her head. "Robyn didn't destroy us, Kody did. He made every decision. He chose where to sleep, who to see, what to say. She just followed his lead." Meri's voice cracked as she added, "If we're being honest, all of us lost our voice in that marriage. But Robyn? She got crowned queen and she never even asked for the crown." Robyn today, villain, victim, or survivor? Robyn now lives full-time with Kody and her children, largely cut off from the rest of the family. She rarely films outside her home. Her public appearances have dwindled, and insiders say she's considering leaving reality TV altogether. "She didn't sign up to be hated by millions," said one source. But others believe Robyn is now finally seeing the truth about Kody. "She thought he was the hero," the source continued. "But now she sees he was always the problem." The children speak out in a stunning turn. Several Brown children have defended Robyn on social media. Aurora posted on Instagram, "My mom didn't break anything. She tried to help. Blame the one who made the rules." Brina added on TikTok, "I love my dad, but I wish he'd protected my mom instead of throwing her to the wolves." Even some of Janelle's and Christine's kids have softened their tone. Robyn did what she had to do. Logan said in a podcast interview, "I don't agree with everything, but this was never just her fault. It was my dad, the real villain." Kody's legacy of control. At the heart of this family's collapse lies a man obsessed with structure, submission, and status. Kody Brown, once seen as the charismatic face of modern polygamy, is now exposed as a man who weaponized loyalty and punished independence. He elevated one wife while emotionally abandoning the others. He created a power imbalance, then blamed the fallout on the woman he elevated. And in doing so, he turned Robyn into the villain while quietly slipping into the shadows. Redemption or ruin? As Sister Wives continues into uncertain territory, one question remains: can Robyn recover her image? Or will she forever be remembered as the woman who took everything? Only time will tell. But if there's one truth the world can now see clearly, it's this: greater than Robyn didn't ask to be the villain, Kody made her one. Sister Wives, Christine and David take a ride in Woolley's dream car. A new chapter begins for Christine Brown. Christine Brown's journey post-divorce from Kody Brown has been nothing short of inspiring, liberating, and at times incredibly dramatic. After years of emotional neglect and a spiritually hollow marriage, Christine took the bold step to walk away, and she hasn't looked back. Season 19 of Sister Wives brings us closer to Christine's reinvention, but it's not just about her newfound independence, it's about her newfound love. David Woolley, the charming, low-key construction business owner from Utah, has swept Christine off her feet. The pair has quickly become the unexpected fan-favorite couple, exuding genuine joy and affection that viewers rarely witnessed in the Brown household. And now, things are shifting gears. Literally. The dream car makes its grand entrance. Episode kicks off with Christine laughing in her kitchen, the golden Utah light streaming through the window. She's radiant, practically glowing as she pulls on a leather jacket. "David has a surprise for me," she says into the camera, her smile mischievous and honestly, "I have no idea what he's planning, but he's been giggling all week." Cue the scene. David pulls into the driveway, behind the wheel of a meticulously restored 1969 Dodge Charger, a vintage muscle car in candy apple red, chrome glistening like a polished trophy. "I call her Woolley's dream," David jokes, stepping out with a flourish as Christine gasps in excitement. "This is ridiculous." Christine laughs, running her hands over the hood. "You're crazy." "I love it. Just thought we could go for a ride. Maybe take a detour from reality," David replies. The symbolism couldn't be clearer, a classic car for a classic fresh start. From Coyote Pass to open road. The couple hits the highway. The car becomes more than just a vehicle, it becomes a metaphor for Christine's transformation. The Utah landscape blurs behind them as the camera captures the couple laughing, singing to 80s rock ballads and holding hands across the gear shift. "We never did things like this before," Christine confesses in a confessional. With Kody, everything was about control and structure. There was no room for fun, no room for dreaming. With David, every day feels like an adventure. Meanwhile, back in Flagstaff, the rest of the family watches from afar. Robyn, in particular, is seen in a confessional shaking her head. Christine's acting like a teenager. "I'm happy for her, I guess, but it just feels performative." But viewers disagree. Christine's happiness is real, and her ride with David feels like a joyful rebellion against decades of suppression. A pit stop that unleashed emotions. David pulls the car into a secluded overlook near Zion National Park. The scenery is breathtaking, but the conversation turns deeply personal. With tears in her eyes, Christine opens up about the years of betrayal she felt with Kody. "I gave everything to that family, everything. I believed in the vision. But all I got back was distance, criticism, and guilt trips," she says. David holds her hand. "You don't have to prove anything to anyone anymore, least of all him." Christine smiles through the tears. "That's what this ride feels like. It's not just a joyride, it's a victory lap." This emotional moment resonates with thousands of fans, especially those who have followed Christine's arc since season 1. The comment sections explode with praise. One fan writes, "She's finally getting the love story she deserves." Meanwhile, in Kody's world, the episode takes a jarring turn as we cut to Kody Brown, pacing the deck of his Flagstaff home, visibly frustrated. "She's parading around like it was always me who was the problem," he rants to Robyn. Robyn tries to calm him, but Kody is on edge. "She's got this guy, this David Woolley, buying her cars and taking her on these ridiculous road trips. How's that fair? I gave my whole life to these women." The irony is sharp. Viewers remember all too well how Kody prioritized Robyn for years, while neglecting his other wives emotionally and physically. Now, as Christine flourishes, he's left brooding in his own bitterness. Family reactions and subtle tensions. Later in the episode, we see Janelle and Mary meeting for lunch. Christine had texted them a photo of her and David standing beside the red Charger. Windblown and blissful, "She looks amazing," Janelle says, sipping her iced tea. "I'm happy for her." Mary raises an eyebrow. "Do you think it's moving too fast?" Janelle shrugs. "Maybe, but honestly, I don't care. She finally looks like she's living." It's a subtle but powerful acknowledgement of the bond that still exists between the sister wives. Even if their marriages have ended, the shared trauma has morphed into mutual respect. Even if their lives are moving in separate directions, the Woolley family garage in a sweet and surprising turn. David takes Christine to meet his family and more specifically, to show her the garage where the dream car was restored. "My brothers and I spent months on this," David says proudly. "I told them I wanted to build something that symbolized a new chapter." Christine is speechless, surrounded by car parts, oil stains, and the laughter of David's extended family. She suddenly feels like she belongs in a way she hadn't with the Browns. "For years, there's no hierarchy here," she whispers to the camera. "Just love," a public statement that rattled the Browns after the episode aired. Christine shared a photo on Instagram of her and David kissing in front of the Charger, with the caption, "The post garners nearly 500,000 likes in under 24 hours and sparks drama." Sources close to the Brown family say that Kody was furious about the post. Robyn allegedly told TLC producers that it was insensitive and tacky. But Christine didn't delete it. If anything, she posted another image the next day of her behind the wheel with the caption, "Never going back." TLC's response and future spin-offs to buzz around Christine and David's car journey was so loud that TLC insiders began hinting at a Sister Wives New Beginnings spin-off featuring just the couple. TLC sees gold here, a source close to production revealed. Christine's story is resonating like never before. Fans are asking for more, especially more David. Kody, in response, reportedly pitched a rival concept to TLC involving himself and Robyn going on a rebuilding tour across America. So far, there's no green light for Kody's idea. As the episode closes, Christine and David sit together, watching the sunset from the hood of the Charger. "I never thought my life could look like this," Christine says quietly. "That's the thing about second chances," David replies. "You don't know how sweet they are until you're brave enough to take them." And with that, the couple rides off into the twilight, leaving behind not just the old roads of polygamy, but also the emotional potholes of the past. Christine and David's dream car journey has become symbolic of the real-life evolution that many fans hope for, not just in reality TV, but in their own lives, leaving toxic situations, rediscovering joy, and embracing love again on your own terms. Whether or not Kody understands this transformation is beside the point. Christine is no longer asking for permission. She's already behind the wheel, and she's not stopping for anyone.